Homework Booklet 9-3, Week 3, Spring 1, Question 1. We've got some expanding brackets, so 2 times by 4a gives me 8a, 2 times by minus 4b gives me minus 8b, then I got 4 times by 3a, which gives me plus 12a, and plus 4 times by 2b, which gives me plus 8b. I'm going to just collect these like terms. The 8a and another 12a gives me 20a, but the minus 8b and the plus 8b are going to cancel each other out, so it just leaves me with 20a. Question 2. 3 times by a gives me 3a, 3 times by 5b gives me plus 15b, 4 times by 2a gives me 8a, 4 times by 4b gives me plus 16b. 3a plus another 8a gives me 11a, and 15b plus another 16b gives me 31b. Question 3, we've got dividing fractions. So first off, I would change this into an improper fraction, so 3 over 2 divided by a half. You know, this one you could probably just do straight away just by realizing that if you divide by a half, it's the same as multiplying by 2, so your answer is definitely going to be 3. But if we follow this method out, that's fine as well. So that's the same as 3 over 2 times by 2 over 1, which gives me 6 over 2. So my answer is indeed 3. This one is less easy to see that. So we're going to do this method converting to improper fractions. 6 7/3 divided by 10 11/5, which is the same as 7/3 times by 5/11, which gives me 35 over 33, which gives me 1 whole and 2 out of 33. Question 6. A bit of a big mess, so we're going to see, are there any brackets? No. Are there any divisions? Are there any indices? No. There's a division or multiplication here, which is 30. So I got 12 plus 30, which is 42. Again, I've got a multiplication here, so that's going to be 12. Take away 4, which is 8. Factorize fully. I'm looking for the highest common factor of the coefficients. So the coefficient is the number multiplying the variable. That's 2. And then I also need the highest common factor of y cubed and y, and that is y. And then inside the bracket I've got 2y squared, because that's what, if I multiply 2y by 2y squared, it gives me 4y cubed. And I've got minus 1, okay, because one lot of 2y is 2y. Again, highest common factor here of the coefficients is 8, and highest common factor of x and x squared is x. So inside the bracket I've got 3, because 8x times 3 is 24, and I got plus 1x, so it's just x, because 8x times x would give me 8x squared. Question 9. In standard form, right, what would I have to be dividing by? So what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, let's just check that. If it was 6, it would be 2.45 million. Yeah, which looks right. So it's going to be 2.45 times by a million, so times by 10 to the power 6. And what about this one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I've got 8.8 times 10 to the 7. 2, 10, 50. This is geometric sequences. What is it multiplying each time? We're going to continue it on for a few more, because it's, I think what it says is generating geometric sequences. So we're going to times by 5, 250, times by 5, 1,250, and times by 5, 6,000. Is it? Hang on. Times by 5, 5,000, 7,250, isn't it? Am I? 6,250. 6,250? Yeah. Okay, sorry, got that one wrong. Okay, next one, 139. We're going to multiply by 3 each time. So next one's going to be 27, then 81, then 243. 5.9 times by 7. So whatever way you want to do it, we could do 59 times by 7. So 59 times by 7, 9 times 7 is 63. 7 times 5 is 35, plus another 6 gives me 41, 413. So this is going to be 41.3. 21 divided by 1.4 is the same as 210 divided by 14. Let's just do that with a little bus stop method. I've got 210, I'm going to divide it by 14. 14 goes into 21 one time, and I've got 7 left over. 14 goes into 70 5 times. 7 goes there. 14 goes into 70 5 times, 1.5. Right, make x the subject of this formula. This is where I saw 1 or 2 mistakes when I was going around. So we need to be careful with the order in which we do this. So the first thing here is, this is a times by the square root of x. And in order to get x on its own, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to divide by a on both sides. Well highlighted, class. I don't know why I put the decimal point in there, because I'm hurrying. Be careful. There was no reason for me to put a decimal point in there at all. Should be just 15. Thank you very much for pointing that out. Goals for you. Right. Y over a I've got here, and on this side I've got equals root x. So then I'm going to undo this square root x by squaring this side here. So what I have is y over a all squared equals x. Question 16. Make x the subject of this formula, y equals ax squared. So again, first move is going to be to divide by a. So that's going to give me y over a, and on this side I've got x squared. So my next move is I'm going to take the square root. So x is going to be equal to the square root of y over a. Next question. Expanding and simplifying. So whatever method you want, I tend to use the FOIL method. We've got x squared for the first times the first, minus 5x for the outer 2, minus another 2x for the inner 2, and then plus 10. Be careful, minus 2 times minus 5 is plus 10. So that gives me x squared minus 7x plus 10. Same deal here. First, outer, inner, last. X squared minus 7x minus another 4x plus 28 gives me x squared minus 11x plus 28. Right, we're going to add fractions, but with an algebraic situation. So it's just the same deal. We need to make just as if it were numbers. We need to find the lowest common multiple for a denominator. So that's times by 3, the top's times by 3, that's times by 5, the top's times by 5. That's going to give me 13x over 15. Or I can write that as 13/15ths of x. Same thing here. We're going to do 24 as a denominator. So, and then we're going to subtract. So that's times by 3, top's times by 3, 15x. That's times by 8, top's times by 8. So I've got minus 16x. And so I've got 1x less than 0, right? So I've got minus 1x over 24.